Welcome back to the Simply Spoiler, and the movie we're reviewing today is called The Pretty Woman, and it's just become available on Netflix. Now, The Pretty Woman needs no introduction. It's a half of rom-com from the 90s, and I think it's still relevant to any movie these days. If you're looking to spend your day with a movie that leaves you with a happy feeling in your heart, then this is an absolute steal. And if you're one of the very few who are watching it for the first time, you're in for an evening of magic, happiness, and love. The movie begins with a business deal lunch where Edward, a prominent businessman, is breaking up with his girlfriend over the phone. Edward takes his car for a drive, trying to get to Beverly Hills. Vivian, on the other hand, is an attractive young woman trying to make money as a prostitute. Her roommate takes all her rent away, and she's trying to make money somehow. This is where she meets Edward, who stops for directions, and Vivian agrees to show him the place for $20. She drops him off at his penthouse while she waits for the bus. But Edward has a change of heart and asks her to accompany her. They both start talking to each other, and Edward suggests he only wants a companion for the night and nothing more. But he's blown away by Vivian's charm and positiveness and realizes how they're both so similar. He asks her to make a business arrangement with her where she stays on for a week as his employee to go to his business events, and he shall pay her. Vivian is absolutely mad with joy at his proposal. She says she'll be so good he won't let her go. But Edward turns around and says that he most certainly will let her go. He asks her to buy a cocktail dress for the dinner later that evening. Vivian goes to Rodeo Drive, and the snobbish women there tell her that she's not worthy of these clothes and make her leave. Vivian then is questioned by the hotel manager, Thompson, who agrees to help her and teach her some dining etiquettes. Then she meets Edward at the lobby, and he is absolutely stunned by how elegant she looks. They go to dinner with Morse and his grandson. Morse asks Edward to leave his company alone, but Edward doesn't budge from his position. When they get home, Vivian asks Edward if he's having second thoughts about Morse's company, but he says he never thinks emotionally in business. He asks her why she doesn't buy any more dresses than one, to which she replies that the people were mean to her. The next day, Edward takes her hand and goes to Rodeo Drive and tells the store manager that he will be spending an obscene amount of money at the store and that Vivian needs as many helpers as she can get. Vivian now is completely transformed and her hands are filled with shopping bags. She goes back to the initial store and tells them how they made a huge mistake not waiting on her. Edward takes her to a polo match the next day where she speaks to David Morse. His lawyer thinks she's a spy, but Edward reveals to him that she's a hooker. He goes and joins Vivian for her services afterwards. When they return, Vivian is mad and asks why he revealed what she did and asks to be paid to leave. Edward throws the money away and Vivian looks at it with gleaming eyes but leaves without it, no matter how much she really needed it. As she's waiting for the elevator, Edward comes out and apologizes and she returns. The duo then talk about both their lives to this point, and it's truly wholesome. The next day, Edward takes her on a date to La Traviata in San Francisco via a jet. She is wearing the most stunning red dress, and Edward completes the outfit with a stunning ruby diamond set. While they play chess, Vivian convinces him not to go to work the next day. The office is shocked by Edward taking the day off, and they go to the park, walk barefoot, and have a picnic and enjoy the sun with deep conversations. At night, Vivian tells him she's in love with him, but he doesn't reply. The next morning, Edward asks to keep seeing her, that he'll give her an apartment, a car, and money, a life, and get herself off the streets. While it was the right thing to do, Vivian loves from the heart and wants the absolute fairy tale, that she wants a knight in shining armour to save her. He says he doesn't do fairy tales and goes to work. In the meeting at work, Edward proposes to buy Morse's company, and for the first time, he will be part of building something rather than breaking it apart. Phil, Edward's lawyers, come to his penthouse and finds Vivian. He blames her for Edward's change of heart and tries to have his way with her, but Edward comes just in time, punches him and throws him out. When he comes back, he asks Vivian to stay, but she says that she wants the absolute fairy tale. Vivian leaves. The next morning, Edward goes down to the lobby to try and return the necklace that he had loaned, to which Thompson, the hotel manager, says that they know where they dropped Vivian yesterday. In a spur of the moment, Edward decides that he wants her in her life Vivian is getting ready to go to school to try and make something of herself when she hears the opera from La Traviata. She goes to her window and there is Edward with the flowers. He climbs out the fire escape, even though she's scared of heights, and she gets the absolute fairy tale happy ending that she wants.